Bombshell. DOJ conceals records about Biden's use of federal agencies to influence elections. And the DOJ is concealing documents related to Biden's executive order that direct the agencies to meddle in nationwide elections. I think I covered it. I didn't go into great detail about it, but we're going to go into it today. But he basically tried to federalize national elections, and elections are supposed to be ran by the state, not the federal government. So they're supposed to be technically 50 different elections because each state have their own rules when it comes to the national election. And Biden basically want to get rid of that, and he wants to be able to control every single state election for the federal government. But before we get started, go ahead, hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There's a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here, and there's also a link to all the rest of my socials. Check out my Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter, and check me out on Instagram. On Instagram now we have daily updates with a lot of the important news that's going out there. You can check that out for people that like to be informed but don't like to read. They're like 30 seconds to a minute each. So check those out where you can be informed and get the information that you need to know. All right, let's talk about this news. The Department of Justice is concealing key documents related to President Joe Biden's March 2021 order that directed executive agencies to develop plans for federal interference in state election administration. On September 8th, the Foundation for Government Accountability, FGA, was scheduled to receive a series of government records from the DOJ that detailed how the agency is complying with Executive Order 14019. That order mandated all federal departments to, quote, consider ways to expand citizens' opportunities to register to vote and to obtain information about and participate in the electoral process. Among these included the DOJ's 15-page strategic plan on how the agency intends to comply with Biden's executive order. Now, mind you, no one voted on this. It didn't go before Congress, where Congress can look over this stuff, or none of that stuff. He just made a decree to do this. Instead of releasing the documents, FGA requested pursuant to federal open records law. However, the Biden DOJ released only a few records pertaining to the order, most of which was heavily redacted. So we have an order about federal government jumping in state elections, and most of the stuff about it is redacted. What happened to transparency? How is that transparent? And this is the Biden administration. It's par for the course of everything that this administration is doing. But in one of the emails dated June 11, 2021, for example, Special Assistant to the Deputy White House Counsel, Devontae Freeland, writes to a redacted list of administration officials about the submission of June 15th interim reports regarding Biden's executive order. Quote, thank you for your work on the promoting access to voting EO implementation plans, Freeland wrote. The interim reports, which are due this Tuesday, 6/15, can be submitted by email, redacted, as a Word doc. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. In a separate email chain dated June 21, 2021, Freeland discusses a proposed Zoom meeting between members of the administration and numerous election officials and nonprofit organizations engaged in voting rights advocacy, and those with, quote, expertise in reaching out to particular populations of voters who may be more difficult to reach. According to Freeland, the goal of the meeting was to purportedly garner recommendations and thoughts on best practices on how to best fulfill the request in Biden's order. Quote, we believe that these sessions will provide some helpful feedback as you further refine the strategic plan due to the to the president for domestic policy on September 23rd, 2021, the email reads. While the emails don't specify which election officials or nonprofits took part in the meeting, Freeland does say that the administration reached out to 10 pragmatic state and local officials from different parts of the country serving very different constituencies, with the group including Democrats and Republicans and those with no partisan affiliation. Quote, the American people deserve to know if the Biden administration's unprecedented action is fair and nonpartisan or if it is designed to help one party over the other, said FGA President and CEO Taryn Bragdon in a statement. Quote, why are they ignoring public record requests for strategic plans on federal voter registration efforts? That is a great question. Why are they treating these documents like they are classified information dealing with nuclear weapons? Midterms are approaching, and the DOJ's failure to disclose information raises troubling issues. They need to reveal these public documents to keep our elections fair. And that's a great question. Why are they hiding this? Everything's above the board. This should be transparent. Everyone should know what's going on. This should not be some secret. This is about voting. So why are they making this a secret? FGA sued the DOJ in April 2022 after the agency failed to respond to the organization's July 2021 open records request related to Biden's order. Nearly a year later, on July 12, 2022, a federal district judge ordered the DOJ to turn over the documents before the midterm elections. The DOJ did so, but with heavily redacted redactions that defy the intent of the order. In addition to the September 8th document dump, FGA is also scheduled to receive documents from the DOJ on September 20th and October 20th, with the group set to publish such records on September 27th and October 25th, respectively. Additional organizations that have filed lawsuits against the Biden administration for refusing to comply with open records requests related to Biden's directive include the American Accountability Foundation and the Center for Renewing America, filed against agencies including the Department of Labor, Defense, and Education in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. The litigation has yet to compel the administration to turn over federal records that would show how public employees are carrying out Biden's order. And I think they're hiding this because we know this is only for leftist groups. They're doing this for leftist groups. I guarantee there's no Republican groups, or if it is, it's probably someone like the Lincoln Project that's really rhinos. But I guarantee there's no conservative groups that has anything to do with this. It's another way of them to control the election. That's what this is about. It's about taking away state control of the election and giving it to the federal government. But let me know what you think about all this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.